These tickets are yours. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
The jokes aren't clever, but hey, at least the delivery sucks.
The Alan Cox Show
On 100.7
WMMS.
Got a key for you to hopefully fire up the Buzzard bike closer to 520. And if you go to alancoxshow.com, which you're enjoying today, courtesy of one Barnold Swatwalkin, and thank you again. When you hit the contest page, you'll get all the details on winning the Buzzard bike. We did this last year, and it was a blast. We got down to the last two people for the finals. Two guys who had a 50-50 chance of winning that bike. So we're doing it again this summer. Dieter is going to be your host this summer. He's doing a handful of appearances. So the schedule for those is there. And it'll tell you all the ways that you can qualify to win one of these keys. Every morning, Rover will tell you when Stansbury and I are giving out our keys. I think he does one, and then Dan does one, and then I do one. So mine today is going to be around 5:20. You can also register to qualify at WMMS.com. A brand new Harley Sportster 1250S. It is a sharp ride, boy. Now, I think the dude who won it last summer, if memory serves, the very next day sold it.
Yes. He called in and told us that.
That's right. Oh, he did. That's right. Yeah, he called and told us that he sold it, which is his right as an American.
He won it.
But I was so envious of, because we got the finals, we got the bike. I think the finals again are at Slim and Chubby's. And we got the bike on the patio and everybody's lined up. We get the keys. And it was a young dude who won it. Yeah, I forgot he called. But that's his right to do it as an American. And so all of the information is there for you at WMMS.com for your perusal. Hello.
Alan, this is Clem Fandango. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Clem Fandango.
Alan, this is Clem Fandango.
What?
Alan, this is Clem Fandango.
God damn you, yes. God damn you, Clem Fandango. Yes. Hey, speaking of Fandangos, because people are starting to ask me, are we going back out in the boat? We are going back out in the boat. Are you going to be here for the boat, Mary?
I think so.
It's okay if you're not.
Okay,
in fact, I prefer...
Whatever.
Yeah, you don't drink.
No big
You
deal.
don't gotta
I
get on a
don't
boat.
drink.
Yeah.
Go there and eat those little Swedish meatballs.
I will have all of the information for you on Monday. And we're making some changes. We're going to have a much bigger boat.
Oh.
People are going to be able to buy tickets.
That's never happened before.
Where you can win. We're giving away a ton. A lot of them you can win, of course.
This is
But I will have
interesting.
I will have all of the information for you
Get a yacht.
for this year's Captain Fun's Floating Fandango. Brought to you by Circle K. So, yes, that will happen, and I will have the exhaustive details for you on Monday. But this is the time of year when people start asking me, because we used to do Alan Cox Show bar crawls. And then, I don't know, sponsors got nervous or something. We had such a hell of a good time on the Alan Cox Show bar crawls that we got the sponsors getting squeamish. So Captain Fun's Floating Fandango is now our opportunity to all enjoy each other's company on the high seas. Now, in addition to those changes, there were a couple of changes that I suggested that were immediately shot down. One of which was I wanted to make it a 7.5-hour cruise.
Too long.
I thought too short.
Let's make it an overnight.
Yeah. I mean, this boat sleeps 800, so I thought, hey, let's just do that.
Are we going to the Caribbean show trip?
You're not going. You said you didn't
No,
want to
No,
go.
I
You
did not say that.
said, I don't even want to come back
That's not what I said.
to your brown lake.
Right. We've already done a show trip to the Caribbean, Mary.
I wasn't there.
We went to Jamaica. No, you weren't there.
So.
But we already did one
So is this a
for the Rose
cruise
Hall
of
Resort.
Greece?
I'm sorry?
A cruise of Greece?
Greece.
A cruise of the Mediterranean?
The island of Lesbos. How do you feel
Yes.
about that?
Let's go.
All right, well, I'll look into it. But again, did you hear what I just said? People are too squeamish to sponsor bar crawls in Cleveland, let alone
They do that now, don't
sending
they?
us-
Call themselves lesbos.
sending us to the Aegean Sea, which would be nice, although Jamaica spoiled me. I won't lie. Anywhere we might go in the future, unless you have a roller coaster in the middle of the jungle, I want nothing to do with it. You better put me on a roller coaster in the middle of the jungle, which was way faster than I thought it was going to be, by the way.
That was fun.
It was so
very
fun, but
it was fast, yeah.
I almost pooped myself.
I almost pooped myself from the spiders that were on the lift up.
Yeah.
Those giant spiders.
Yeah.
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 And I'm not even like
They look like
I'm-
Halloween decorations.
Yeah, I'm
They
not
were so
even like
big.
I'm afraid of spiders guy, but those ones I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
them some big ass spiders.
Is Mary too young to remember the old line dancing bar in Cuyahoga Falls called Boot Scootin' Saloon? Is that a real thing or are they joking?
It's probably a real thing, but I've never been there, no.
Ah.
Don't they do that at like Thirsty Cowboys?
Mm-hmm.
Thirsty Cow.
Mike and
I
Parma
like the
once
better one is Ace Hardware.
was it a bar that used to be an Ace Hardware?
Yeah.
Or was it a bar called Ace Hardware? I guess they'd get sued, wouldn't they?
No, it wasn't Ace Hardware.
There's still some hammering going on in the back, but Mike and Parma wants to know, with a bigger boat, will there now be a bigger event title? No, it's Captain Fun's Floating Fandango. If you ask me, that's plenty long. Plenty long.
Alan, look at the group chat. I want to know what the boat is.
He's not going to tell us.
Yeah, I will.
He'll tell us.
Yeah.
We just can't say it yet. The air.
It is Bernie Kosar's yacht.
Does Bernie Kosar have a yacht?
No.
I was going to say, I thought
I
he
don't
was
know.
in some financial difficulty that's been publicly documented. Some litigation going on. Bernie's in, again, the only reason that I like Bernie is because he's a big fan of mine. Otherwise, I wouldn't know from the guy.
Did I say Bernie? I meant Bernie Sanders.
But he couldn't have been nicer. What?
What?
You think Bernie Sanders has a yacht?
Yeah.
You getting yacht vibes off of Bernard Sanders?
I am, actually.
Yeah. Now, the Boot Scootin' Saloon used to be the Akron Agora. Huh. Yeah. So I was shot down when I suggested that the Floating Fandango expand to 7.5 hours. And I said, cowards! Cowards all! But, we'll change a couple of things up. Alan, please, enough with the dumbass Ray songs for Mary. They aren't funny or the least bit entertaining. Well, they're the least bit entertaining.
There's a little bit.
The
of
least
entertainment.
that you can possibly do. That's how. But I have recently come to that conclusion as well. I believe
I
believe that the bloom is off that rose.
I am fully on
Thank
board
you,
with that.
Ray, for your service up till now. I was reading about another woman who got one of those celebrity scams yesterday. The 75-year-old lady in Westlake. It was national news. Turned out to be Westlake, Ohio. But it was a 75-year-old woman who turned over 6 figures to a guy she thought was Steve Perry, the former frontman for Journey. And there's another woman. I don't think this lady got scammed out of 6 figures. This is a lady in the UK. But again, these are older, lonely women. And she got taken by a guy who told her that he was Kevin Costner, who's still a good-looking dude. Kevin Costner is one of these guys you can't really pin down because all of his stuff is very It's very rah-rah, jingoistic kind of American, West, and he loves that stuff. But he's also like a solid blue Democrat, and you can never pin the guy down. Of course, he currently has part 1 of a 2-part movie in theaters, and each part is like 3 hours long, and it's flopping hard. And you can't blame the guy for thinking, every time I see a movie that's based in like the 1700s or these period pieces that still get made, all you hear about is how much pickier studios are because they just want movies that jump off the page that they're sure are going to be hits. And that's why you end up with so many superhero movies and franchise movies and things like that, because they're proven commodities. But I am always fascinated at the movies that get made that I can't imagine anyone wants to see. Ridley Scott spent 2.5 years doing Napoleon with Joaquin Phoenix, for Christ's sake. And I'm like, who is going to see this? It's got to be for the global market. It can't just be for here. They must go, well, this will be huge around the world. We'll make some money around the world. But
did they?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Like the streaming window was like, they were going to do 8 weeks and then went down to 4. I don't know what it was. But Kevin Costner has this film called Horizon out. And you might have seen a trailer for it. At the end of the trailer, they're like, part 1, July something, part 2, August something. And they're 3 hours apiece. And it's another one of these, like, how the American West was. And he's, like, making it with his own money. And so I appreciate the guy's commitment to his art. But, Jesus, at some point you got to go. I mean, this is a guy who, like, every time, I shouldn't say every time he gets divorced. I think he's been divorced twice. But both of those divorces cleaned this dude out.
Well, then there's your answer. He's trying to do whatever to make some money back.
Yeah, but you're not gonna make your money back.
He should do
on
more,
a 6-hour film.
And you should, if you want to make your money back, you keep crapping out Yellowstone seasons. Like that's how he's going to make his money.
Yes, yeah.
Not by financing your own movie.
Right.
That's just basically a longer. Seems like
Dances with Wolves or something,
Yeah.
I mean, God bless him. I really do like Kevin Costner, but I don't watch Yellowstone. But
the new Gladiator, do you see the trailer for that? That looks pretty good.
I don't get it.
I think it looked good.
I mean, I don't know. Even that. Denzel is basically like the guy from Training Day, but he's in a Roman center.
Perfect.
He's
yeah,
going,
that's perfect.
Augustus Caesar ain't got nothing on me. So, yeah, this woman in the UK says she's a huge fan of Kevin Costner. And they must be able to zero in on these people because they probably...
Well, they just send thousands of messages.
Well, but I would imagine part of it is there are probably people on, like, Kevin Costner fan pages, right? And they throw a dart at one of those people? I don't know how
I think they just blast people until
you think
they
so?
Get somebody, yeah.
Cast a wide net?
Yeah.
A 63-year-old woman who lives in Suffolk, England, said she was a huge fan of Kevin Costner. A few months ago,
not anymore.
She started following a Facebook page that she thought was his. Kevin Costner is 69 years old. Then she said she was inundated with messages telling her that in order to become an official fan, she would have to purchase a voucher that would cost her £100.
You want to be official, don't you?
Yeah.
Right. So she lost that weight. She was told that when she paid up, she would get a chance to meet him in person. She was getting nagged. And again, it's as though these people have never heard of other scams. Because the minute they ask you for gift cards, you go, okay, I'm out. If for no other reason, if you couldn't figure it out before then, by the time a celebrity is going, hey, I need you to buy me some iTunes cards, it's not going to be Kevin Costner. Anyway, so she spent some money. Again, it wasn't no 6 figures, but she spent some money on this Facebook page. And she said that she got a message from the Facebook page saying that she had been scammed. But in order to fix that, she would have to buy a VIP card for £1,000. And she said, well, that can't be
At
real
least they're
because
being
he's a
honest.
millionaire. Well, he's a millionaire. This is silly. But then she said she got a video call from somebody who she believed was Kevin Costner. And I love her quote. His face was moving, and that's why I thought it was really him. He was sitting in a chair in his office, and he was moving. So I don't know, say AI or what it was.
It was probably like one of those old Conan sketches.
Yeah, Clutch Cargo.
Yeah, where just the mouth's moving.
Hey, it's me,
Yeah,
Kevin
Kevin
Costner.
Costner,
Hey,
yeah.
what, give me more money. After reporting the scam, she said she was contacted by private message by the scammers again, promising her a job and an apartment in America. By this time, she had no idea what was going on. I am unemployed and I've lost a lot of money, so I am not very happy, she said. I just don't know why anybody who doesn't have a job, I mean, I know you have a lot of free time, but anybody who is unemployed, I don't know why you're kicking out money to anybody, whether you think they're famous or not. I mean, this old lady in Westlake clearly had $125,000 kicking around her accounts that she could send out. This lady in the UK. So again, listen, everybody probably has. Is there a celebrity you could think of, Mary or Bill, that if you thought they were really contacting you, your brain would go, well, maybe.
No, because celebrities don't need money from people.
Well, what if this is kind of the speed round with these people, right? But what if you get a message and they're like, hey, we're both in showbiz. We might know some of the same people, like a bit of a longer game. And then they prey on your inability to identify Ted Sarandos at a party.
I looked him up. Relax.
Good. Now you'll know what he looks like.
Yes.
And I bet he's going to be there. Although this is in New York. He's an LA guy. But maybe he'll come out.
Who knows?
Where's it going to be again?
I don't even know.
You don't know where you're going tonight?
Some hotel speakeasy bar.
Ah.
It's like a speakeasy in a hotel in the meatpacking district. That I know.
Yeah. Oh, all right. In the meatpacking district. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then, is that by the Chelsea Piers?
Yes.
Okay. Could it be at the Chelsea Hotel?
I have no idea. I don't just getting questions.
You don't know where you're going tonight.
I also wasn't invited. I'm a +1. I don't really have a lot of information.
But you didn't ask?
No, she said it was some bar in a hotel. I don't know.
All right.
What does it matter?
Well, I'd be curious.
Hold on. Let me see.
Well, no, I just off the top of your head, I thought maybe it's,
I also don't know. Not that people would show up. You probably have to be on a list or something.
Because Netflix
Boulevard.
just did you say the meatpacking district. There were all these stories whenever the last season of Bridgerton premiered. I don't watch that show, but there's a lot of horny housefrows who watch Bridgerton, and Netflix did this whole big thing in the meatpacking district for Bridgerton.
It's called the Gansevoort Meatpacking Hotel.
That sounds like a stag film
Catchy.
from the 70s.
I mean, that's what it says.
Gansevoort Meatpacking Hotel.
I might be saying that wrong.
You're probably not.
Gansevoort.
Yeah. All right. Right by the Whitney Museum.
Sure.
So maybe it'll be over at the Whitney.
Might be.
All right. Well, as long as you know.
I don't know anything.
I'm sorry?
I don't know anything.
Did you watch the special yet?
No, it just came out today.
Oh,
I've had stuff to do, man.
I don't know if you
Busy
woke
guy.
up at 3 a.m. and
I did not.
you're like, I want to know. I want to be able to tell her that I watched it. And
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
I watched Sam Morrill's new special on Prime today. That was very fun.
I didn't even know they had one drop.
He did
Oh.
on Amazon this time.
Beautiful.
And
What's it
it's-
called?
It's called You've Changed,
Okay.
and it's Sam standing there telling
Yep.
jokes.
Not on a rooftop.
Yeah, he's a Wilbur Theater in Detroit, or not Detroit, Boston.
Boston, you.
Yeah, very funny though, very good.
Well, he's very funny.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to break here. You want to go see the Black Dahlia Murder? Speaking of Detroit, from Waterford, Michigan, suburban Detroit. Black Dahlia Murder is coming through to play the Agora this fall. Brought to you by MMS in 2 hours.